Hey everyone, it's Ivan from kitbadger.com, out here to introduce you to a pretty cool new product, collaboration between myself and my buddy over at REV Firearms, which is these new grips. My buddy, Patrick, over at REV Firearms, been going back and forth for a while, working on basically coming up with a rad grip. He is an incredibly talented industrial engineer. You've probably seen his work. He actually worked for Q for a number of years. You can see his design aesthetic in pretty much all of their guns, silencers, everything like that. He has since branched out, gone on to some solo projects to include some cool stuff with BP knives. And yeah, we've been working on this grip. Really excited to finally have it come out. If you were on the Coast to Coast tour, or if you follow my content, you've probably seen it. Had a Gen 1 grip on my Knight's Armament SR25, shooting surplus sent out for me. Thing's a really fun gun, and it did really well for me. Since then, there were some kind of tweaks, and I ended up shooting that gun through the 3-day night vision course with Amtech Shooting. Did an awesome job, the grip as well as the gun. And then I put one of the Gen 2 grips on my Radian Model 1. Again, shot that one across the country on the Coast to Coast tour and ended up shooting in a 3-day night vision course with Thunder Ranch. Again, did awesome. So finally, here we are, coming full circle to the Gen 3.
1, 2, 3.
So Ivan, what's so special about this grip? Why would I want to buy it? I don't know, man. I'm a terrible salesperson. I'll tell you straight away. 1, pretty expensive. 2, it's not magic. It will not magically make you a better shooter. If you need a grip to be able to shoot good, you probably just really need to work on fundamentals. I will say I do like it though, and for me, it's much more comfortable, both with the actual grip angle and basically the way it is shaped. So 1, you have a high back strap, lets you get high up on there like you would want to on like a pistol or something like that. And the way this is cut out right here in front, so think of your A2 grip, there's basically a little, I don't know, like finger notch, something that sticks out. So personally, I hate those. My buddy Bill Rapier loves them. He likes it because what he'll do is he'll put his, I guess it'd be like middle finger up above it, basically forces your whole hand up there. Well, this actually kind of does the same thing, but instead of forcing your hand up by having something stick out, forces your hand higher and gives you a really good solid grip right there because this is actually cut out back there. And when you're doing manipulations and stuff, you don't have the trigger guard grinding into your hand. And you probably noticed there's some grip tape on here. Grip tape, it's actually really nice. There's definitely been some iterations as far as like where the panels are, because initially it was really rough and abrasive, whereas now the grip tape is honestly where it makes sense as far as a grip, to where you have a really firm grip. Probably not going to drop this thing, but it's not at high wear places where it's just going to end up grinding on your hand and being uncomfortable. Definitely a couple iterations. First ones were a little bit rough, but yeah, definitely got that sorted out. And in addition to that, grip angle. Much more vertical than like kind of, well, especially like your A2 grip or something like that. But for me, it ends up creating a, honestly, just a much more comfortable shooting position. Again, not going to magically make you a better shooter, but has the potential to definitely be more comfortable. And they're pretty cool, in part because you can customize them with different grip tape, if you so choose. Which brings us to the cost. Ivan, how much are they? They're $65 shipped. That's outrageous. Look, man, it costs a lot of money to make them. First, you have to track down, kill a unicorn, take that horn to this old Scandinavian dude, and he basically whittles it into this. And then it's dyed black. Actually, it's just really expensive for a lot of reasons. 1, volume. We do not have molds. I am not Magpul. We're not making thousands and thousands of them. You're like, Ivan, I can go get like 3 MOE grips. I would encourage you to, especially if this is outside your budget. Like, yeah, man, Magpul grips are great. It's like Toyota Corolla of the grip world. They just work pretty good. But this is not that. So how are these actually made? Well, through some science. Actually, they're 3D printed. Printed on a MJF machine using nylon, multi-jet fusion. Not like Patrick and I trying to print these things out of our house. Basically, industrial level of additive manufacturing, 3D printing. Then on top of that, of course, different patterns of grip tape. Those are laser cut and they come with your grip. You can, of course, end up getting other laser cut grip tape, depending on if you want a different pattern, things along those lines. Ivan, it's still crazy expensive. I get it, man, but here's the thing at the end of the day. There's cost associated with making it, shipping it to us, the QC, getting the grip tape cut, packaging, all those things, and then shipping it out. And then on top of that, I don't know. Patrick values his time, I value my time. So there's a time associated with everything else, to include just R&D, designing, everything like that. And then just the mundane, like getting this stuff packaged up and shipped out. So if it's outside of your price point, it's outside your price point. I totally get it. Sorry, man, it's expensive. And yes, there's some profit built into it because we value our time. But if you are interested in one of these, I would encourage you to go down, follow the link. We're gonna originally do probably a run of about 100 of them. Eventually we'll end up doing more. No, it won't be drop culture things because I'm not a fan of that. But if you want one, please support us in this venture, pick one up, and yeah, get out to the range and go shoot it. Overall, I think they're pretty rad grips. Other questions you may have, Ivan, if I order them, what pattern of grip tape will I get? What other patterns will be available? As of filming this, don't have a solid answer. Probably multicam, and we'll see what else. Probably gonna put it to a vote over on my Patreon site, let it run for the next week or two. But when will you receive them if you order them? By the end of January. Granted, we're gonna be moving into COVID 2022, but barring supply chain issues, we'll get the first 100 shipped out to you by the end of January. And yeah, like I said, really excited. I really like shooting these grips for the aforementioned reasons. Will it magically make you a better shooter? No, it won't, but yeah, definitely arguably a more comfortable and ergonomic shooting position when you shoot, depending on how you shoot, I guess. But really excited to have these things out, and you can follow the link down below if you'd like to pick one up. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.